let me explain how we survive and how we are being financed. Hadhrat Masih Maud Islam, the founder of the Ahmadiyya community, Allah bless him forever and forever, he saw to our independence by introducing a system of financial sacrifices. And that financial sacrifice required that everybody who gets initiated at the hands of Hadhrat Masih Maud Islam must also specify how much or what proportion of his income he would contribute towards the Jamaat funds, so that we can carry out the service of Islam without dependence on anyone. So in the beginning there was no specific ratio fixed, either in terms of fixed money or in terms of proportionate contribution. But later on, through a long history of Majalis Shura of Jamaat Ahmadiyya, consultative meetings of Jamaat Ahmadiyya, gradually a system evolved from this. Time of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there was not a regular house of consultative body. There was no regular house of consultative body, Majlis Shura, but whenever he required anything at any important moment, he would always call some of those people whom he trusted and inquired from them as to what should be done. Many times he even consulted his wives. Sometimes openly, whoever came, he consulted them. So this was the style of shura which was prevalent throughout the life of Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He never decided without consultation. Shawirhum fil amr was an injunction from Allah. How could he ignore that injunction? So he never took decision without consultation. Exactly the same way, Hazrat Masih Maud Islam all his life consulted people, the close, pious companions of his, before taking an important decision. But later on, during the time of my late father, when he was the second head of the Ahmadiyya community, he considered that the Jamaat is spreading very rapidly all over the world. And this system cannot work because I can consult only a few present in Qadian, while maybe the Jamaats in Africa outnumber us and there are so many other Jamaats. So this is a universal system of Islam. It should be established as an institution. So he for the first time introduced this consultation as an institution. And in 1922, the first Majlis Shura was called. 22 maybe, yes. Or thereabout, maybe, but I remember it to be in 19... I don't personally, I was not born as yet, but having read it, it was first called in 1922, and then, except for a few occasional, omissions, discontinued. And the system is that this system was first introduced in Pakistan alone. During my time, I have introduced it in the entire world. Everywhere where there is Ahmadiyya, there is a Majlis Shura. So even in England, they have a Majlis Shura. And all the financial matters are presented to Majlis Shura. Once they check it and audit things and consult each other as to how best the budget should be maintained and what should be the sources of income other than the regular subscriptions, etc., etc. Then that budget is sent for approval to the center, and all the all the decisions taken do not become decisions. And why I was hesitant in calling them decision is that according to Islamic system, it is Majlis Shura, not a decision-making body. Majlis Shura presents its counsel and advice to the one who decides. And this is the true central Islamic system which you have inherited from Hadhrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Shawirun fil amr, but it also says, فَإِذَا عَزَمْتَ فَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ. Decision will be yours, but consultation, consult you must. Consult them, get the opinions of everybody else, and then what you decide, then tawakkal ala Allah, because it's not a democracy where you depend on the people. Common people can't do anything unless they are led properly. So democracy is a fake thing. Only a sort of necessity, compulsion. They can't do anything else because they have no choice between a Khalifa and a democracy. So they have a choice between a dictatorship or democracy. Of course democracy is much better than. But the decisions become automatically, even if a motion is passed by a majority of a single one vote. So the whole system is absolutely, defective and flawed in so many ways. But there the head is the most trusted one in Islam, who commands not only the trust but love of all the Muslims. He is elected if he is elected. Anbiya are not elected. But in case of the Anbiya, the selection is made by God Himself. So who could make a better selection than God? So His brain and His decision and His attitude to life is supposed to be so perfect that if He does not like the advice, even if it's jointly submitted to Him, He holds the authority of rejecting it. But it seldom happens. But He must have that right of veto. This right was exercised by Hadhrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam during this Hudaybiyah. You see, all of the companions, without exception, were united in this decision that they must do Hajj at whatever cost. Only one, Hadhrat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, said no. Allah does not permit you to go to perform Hajj or Umrah if the passage is not safe. Because this is the condition laid in the Holy Quran. Passage is not safe, so I will not defy Allah's hukum. You don't understand these things. But as a united body, they advised him to perform Hajj, and he single-handedly refused and rejected the advice. And God accepted his decision and rejected the decision of all. So this is the spirit in Islam. I'm just introducing this incidentally, because this is also a very important thing for us to understand.